you get people on the boat and you're like, okay, are these history people? Do they want to hear about wildlife? Am I just
Are they just coming to drink?
Are they
They're
drinking
just
and we're just
chilling,
cranking tunes, you know?
Yeah.
So like you got to feel the vibe of the trip.
Yeah.
And that's really what sets our charter company aside from everybody else. You know, a lot of the other games in town are just, okay, here's this, here's that, here's this.
It's routine. It's just.
I mean, we have got known for this playlist of music that just I mean, you don't think a lot can happen in 2 hours. A lot can happen in 2 hours.
You're listening to Everybody Loves Naples, an unfiltered and educational podcast about living in Southwest Florida. We're your hosts. My name is Natalie Perez-Benatoa.
My name is Lance Martinicchio. From the best restaurants and things to do to our local real estate market, we're sitting down with local business owners and community leaders to provide a deeper understanding of what makes Naples, Naples.
Now let's get the show on the road.
Welcome back to Everybody Loves Naples. Today we are joined by not one but two very special guests, Captain Rob Michelsen. Almost.
You got it. Don't worry.
Captain
It's all
Rob
good.
Michelsen and Captain Connor Wright
Thank you guys for having
with
us.
Sweetwater
Very excited to be here.
Lifestyles.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
welcome to the show.
Very excited.
They
Appreciate you
have
guys being here.
Yeah.
They have a luxury boat club
And charters.
and charters, and we're going to learn more about. I mean, we have a ton of obviously water boat enthusiasts in our area.
One
mean,
of the main features
Yeah.
of our area.
One of the best
Is being
things
on
to
the
do.
water.
One of the
Yeah.
best things to do.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your company and how you guys kind of came together for this concept.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sweetwater's been around for 10 plus years. Originally evolved from a paddleboard rental sales type company into jet skis, and then around 2016 built the first charter boat, and then around 2018 we kind of got our foot in the door of where we are today at Bonita Bay Marina inside Bonita Bay. And then that's when the boat club started as well.
Nice.
And that's Sweetwater Lifestyles.
Sweetwater Lifestyles. Yeah.
Okay.
There was an existing charter company that was there for 30 plus years, Captain Ed's Charter Boats. Everybody knows that name within the gates of Bonita Bay. And then we slowly kind of evolved that out, and everything's branded now Sweetwater Lifestyles. So,
Sweet.
yeah.
It's a
And
great
how long
name.
have you two been working together?
I've been with Sweetwater now
4 or 5 years
5 years now.
Yeah.
Yep. And Connor's been there
Nice.
since
10 years now,
10 years.
since the beginning.
So
So as a kid, were you like, I know I want to be a captain? Or did it just
not
kind
at
of,
all.
how
not
does,
at all. We have
No.
both have, kind of history of us. We both have like the complete opposite upbringings.
Yeah.
That's
You go
awesome.
first, You go first.
As far as being a captain, it was really one day we started as kind of a paddleboard kayak shop, and the business was just evolving. And when we had designed and built the first charter boat, the owner at the time looked at me and said, "Hey, we're going into the charter business. You need to get a captain's license." And it was, hey,
Okay.
you need to go
sir,
to
I
school and
will.
get a
Do it.
captain's license. So that was kind of the foundation for getting into being a captain. And then from there, with the boat club and everything that evolved after it, I feel grateful because I didn't know what I was getting myself into at the time. But
That's the best kind.
I felt
didn't
so
know how much
happy that,
sunscreen
yeah.
you'd be running through each week?
Yeah, I was definitely just along for the ride at the time, and now looking back at it, it's like it's a very awesome blessing to be able to get to say
Yeah.
that's what we do.
I feel like every charter captain I know is like, has a smile on their face. They're glowing because they're in the sun all day. You know, they're
We hear it every day, but man, you guys got the best office view.
Yeah.
Like,
they're
Yeah.
for sure.
there's the days that it can be a little gnarly out there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got a question. With the boat club, and you said there's a charter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to be a member to take out the charter, like to do the
so
sunset
we're
tours?
both companies, both sides of the company are essentially fully open to the public, member, non-member, and not resident of Bonita Bay. So we're located within the gates of Bonita Bay. The marina, the restaurant that's there, Backwater Jack's, our boat club, the charters, it's all open to outside the gates.
Yeah.
So no, you do not have to be a member of the boat club to use the charters or.
But you have to be a member of the boat club, obviously, to use your boats.
Correct. Yeah. We don't rent those boats out to the general public.
Okay.
So.
Okay, cool. So if somebody has a property in Bonita Bay and they also have a boat, are you the go-to company for them to have?
It would be the marina, Bonita Bay Marina,
Okay.
which we're partnered with as well. So storage is one of the hotbed topics of
I feel like
boating in Southwest Florida. It's pretty hard to come by.
max.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have for bigger boats. They have 3 to 5 year wait lists.
Right.
Residents get priority of Bonita Bay. Smaller boats, it's just about timing of when you can get in or not, and which is what makes the boat club a lot more attractive
For sure.
as well. And that was a huge. It was during COVID essentially that, I mean, you couldn't find a slip anywhere because everybody bought boats because it was the only thing to do.
Right.
And it pretty much doubled our business during that time too, because you couldn't buy a boat. If you could buy a boat, you couldn't keep it anywhere. So
Right.
what's the next best thing is get
Just
into
get a boat club. Yeah.
Yeah. And then all the people who bought boats during COVID and realized, hey, I have no business owning a boat right now, are now selling their boats and joining the boat club.
Sure.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of our initial members too, it seemed like they owned boats in Bonita Bay for years, and they got to the point where you kind of said it a second ago, the lifestyle. You said good name. It really was. They got to the point where it was like, I'm so tired of taking care of a boat.
Yeah. Who
This
the
is
hell
just
wants
not
to
what I
put
want
it
to do
in and
anymore.
take it out all the time?
And so
you gotta
with
clean
us,
it, maintenance. Sorry to mean to interrupt
oh
you. But
no,
yeah.
you're good. You get to enjoy the lifestyle of owning a boat, but it's the most hassle-free experience with that when it comes to not having to take care of it. And so they own boats. They sold them out of the marina, and then they joined us, and it fit hand in hand really well at first.
Yeah, you kind of almost everybody kind of finishes our sales pitch for us because they know what getting into boating does.
Yeah.
You know, like they always say, the best days are the first day you have your boat and the day you sell it. And
For sure.
we kind of fill in all that space in the middle for everybody. You know, we clean it, fuel it, maintenance it, all the headaches. We take it away from everybody, and we find even people who owned boats and then came to us, they're inclined to use it a lot more because they show up. They get on the boat, they come back, they walk away. Whereas if it was your boat, you're like, all right, now we got to clean it. And when you get there, there's a problem with the boat. We kind of take care of all those issues for you.
Okay, so walk us through a day. So I've signed up to be a member of Sweetwater Lifestyles. My boat's at your marina. Literally what you just said, I just have to show up.
So we have our fleet of boats, so we own all the boats. When we sign on new members, we give unlimited training to all of our members, which is another huge aspect of the club. We make sure people feel comfortable driving the boats from a safety standpoint. Connor's one of our lead captains on training new members, and we've taken people who have zero boating experience and got them comfortable enough to go to Marco Island, go to Cabbage Key, totally by themselves.
It could be stressful.
Oh yeah, and
Especially when you have other people on the boat, like family, kids.
new
whatever.
boaters are honestly the easy ones. It's the boaters for 30 years that are coming from Lake Michigan that don't understand.
They don't understand the tides.
Tides.
Yeah.
Hey, 2 feet of water is a great day out on the water for us. So you know that's a huge part of it. But getting them comfortable too to go into all the restaurants they want to go to, and beaches. You know, going to the sandbars, how to anchor the boat. So we get them really comfortable doing all that stuff. But to your question, we ice the boats for them. We greet them in the morning. Hey guys, what are you doing today? You know, good idea, bad idea, based on the conditions. We'll set them up for a good day out on the water. They go out. When they come back, we're waiting there at the dock for them. They walk away. We then clean the boats. We maintenance them, all that kind of stuff.
So I have a question for you too, because there is other boat clubs down here, right? So you have, I think, in different marinas. What separates you guys from the other boat clubs? You know, why would someone want to join your boat club over one of the other ones?
So to start, I mean, there's the initial, you go to our website or just some of our marketing, and you're going to see we have, bigger boats, nicer boats, more well-equipped boats than the average boat club out there. Secondly, a lot of the training is that we give, and we also offer captain services where if you want to take your family, you don't want to have that stress of driving for the day, captains will run you out there for the day. More importantly than anything else is our staff, our captains. I mean, we're a family, literally we keep a really small knit crew that's been together for a long time, and the members like to see that.
Oh, yeah.
They like to know that their kids and their grandkids are going out with Captain Connor for the day, and they're in good hands. They have the best. And we've watched literally our members have, grandkids and family and all that kind of stuff. And we're watching that evolve throughout the years with the club. So that mainly is what sets us apart from everybody else. The dockside white glove service that we're going to give, and just the involvement of giving them a stress-free day on the water.
I love it. I think the energy of any experience makes all the difference. I mean, yes, you have an amazing view from your office, right? Being on the Gulf of Mexico. But if the crew and the
Gulf of
people you're
America.
Oh, right. We'll edit that out. The Gulf.
It's a hotbed
in
topic
general.
right now.
I know,
We're just
it
saying
is.
Trust me, it's
I know, I'm like,
he had an experience the other night because we're just like, we let it flow, and then
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it can get
I
interesting.
didn't even mean to. I said it on a trip, and I would usually just call it the Gulf, and
Yeah.
I called it the Gulf of America, and stopped, and everybody on my boat just looked at me, and we all looked like deer in headlights
Right.
at each other. Because
Are they going to be banned?
You know, it's,
Yeah.
everybody's like, "What does everybody believe about this?"
I know, and
You
is
know,
it even
so-
real?
It says
but
it on
is.
the map.
I
I'm
know.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Look at
That
your
is
Google,
weird.
your Apple Maps.
Yeah.
I literally
Yeah.
stopped and apologized to everybody. I was like, "Sorry, I don't usually call it anything." Other than the
Yeah,
Gulf,
I wasn't
but
even trying to
yeah,
be specific.
Whatever you want to call it, the
Yeah.
sunset's that way.
Yeah, exactly.
That didn't change.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
you never know.
Right?
So, what is your favorite part about being out on the water as captains?
I think it's the experiences that we get to leave with people. It's Rob kind of talked about it, but when we have members, you deal with them, you deal with their family, you deal with their kids, and it's seeing somebody a year later or 6 months later or 3 years later, and it's them walking up and going, "Last time we were out with you,"
Yeah.
and they just can explain the entire trip. It was the dolphins playing, or it was, you know, a stingray jumping up at sunset, landing, and you don't remember it all the time, but you can see in people that they remember it.
Yeah.
That's
And
so awesome.
whether it's, you know, it's just everything. It's
Yeah.
it's their
Yeah,
their
I mean,
memory of the whole thing.
You're getting
that you
people
get
in a
to
good
leave with them.
mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're out in the water.
Yeah.
They're not going to be miserable.
Yeah,
They're
it's-
going to remember it.
It's interesting because we do this every day. Again, we have an incredible group of captains, but it's a job, but we never take it for granted at all. Connor says it all the time. Thank you, everybody, for giving us the best job in the world. But it's the family that's here from the Midwest or somewhere really cold right now,
Yeah.
and they're like, "This is the best day we've ever had." Like, again, years later, they'll be like, "That one day we had with you for 2 hours was like." They still talk about that day.
That's
And
so
that's
cool.
the knowing the experience. And Connor, I mean, we can all drive boats at the same time. He'll have bald eagles jumping over dolphins with fireworks in the background, and we'll see nothing else. Like, he just can run the perfect trip every single time,
that's
which is
awesome.
another cool part of it. You gotta, just like real estate, you gotta read your client.
Mm-hmm.
You get people on the boat, and you're like, okay, are these history people? Do they want to hear about wildlife? Am I just
Are they just coming to drink?
Are they
Are
drinking
they
and we're just
chilling?
cranking
Yeah.
tunes,
Yeah.
So like you got to feel the vibe of the
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
And that's really what sets our charter company aside from everybody else. A lot of the other games in town are just, okay, here's this, here's that, here's this.
It's routine. It's just.
I
yeah.
mean, we have got known for this playlist of music that just you don't think a lot can happen in 2 hours. A lot can happen
Yeah.
in 2 hours. That ride home from sunset is wild, and it's the experience that all the captains create because it's amazing.
Well, I think your fleet is probably what's something that set you guys apart because your boats are just top notch and it doesn't look like a rental.
We
What
try
I
our
mean?
best.
So
Yeah.
I feel
They
like
are
you wouldn't
pretty.
even know it's part of a boat club when you see it out there.
Yeah, that's by design too.
Yeah.
A lot of the members like the fact that hey, it doesn't scream phone number and so and
Oh
so.
my gosh!
inside.
Yeah, this isn't an advertisement. This
Yeah,
is,
they like to know, and people are like, "What? That's a boat club boat?" Like I don't, and it's pride for us too. Like when we have, when we're out with a member and something, we pull up to a restaurant and
Yeah.
and they're like, people don't know what's going on at the restaurant they're watching, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Where are those guys coming from?" So it definitely helps.
Yeah,
So
you
what's
get-
the nicest boat in the fleet? And how big do you,
We have two Robalo 317s, which are both they're a flagship boat, and they're absolutely beautiful. We have
Yeah.
a Grady White it's a Grady White. It's gorgeous. And I think those are probably the two nicest.
Those are up there, and then we did just went out on a limb and bought a new 27-foot tri-tune, which people usually hear pontoons, tri-tunes, and they're like, those are like the farting boats around town,
What?
just cruise around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
they're
get to
great.
chill.
This one's
It is
got-
and
the
you
new
mi-
favorite
and
boat
you-
in the
Yeah.
entire club.
It's got a
It's
10
and it
foot.
fits
tri-tune?
people.
So it's got the 3-tune, so it's a more stable ride.
Oh, okay. I got you.
It's got a 10-foot beam on it, which is much wider than your average, and it's got a 300 on the back, so you can go anywhere in this thing. It is
Wow.
a giant living room on
It's
water,
a
and
giant
it's,
condo.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awesome! It has been
Literally.
the hot new boat for the season, so
That's
we're
awesome.
excited
look,
about
there
it.
it is.
Everyone loves it.
It's
That's
something.
it.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
Something like it, yep.
that's
So
so
we're
fun.
it's exciting.
We'll pop that in on that.
When we get when we get new boats for our members, we always try to. It's hard, you're trying to please multiple people,
Right.
different boating styles, and that's what we cater to. We have different boats for different days. You want to go fishing one day, you take a fishing boat. You want to hang with the family, you want to run down to Marco, you take a different style boat. So having that variety is what also helps the boat club. I can't tell you how many people will come sit in front of me and say, "Hey, I'm buying a boat, or should I do the boat club? I'm not sure." Great. 4 months later, yeah, I screwed up. I bought the wrong boat.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to fish all the time. Now I want to do this. And I'm like, well, come in the boat club,
We got
you
your
do this for a
solution,
couple
yeah.
of years, and then they never leave because they realize how easy it is. And
Well, and if you have variety, it's like it makes somebody not have to commit to a boat and
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
become
it's
a member.
great.
I think it's awesome.
We
Yeah.
talk about it on our orientations all the time. I'll tell people, if you have a general idea of what you want to do that day, there is a perfect boat that you could be on. And that's what we're able
Wow.
to give people. You
That's
know,
great.
whether it's if you're going to, Cabbage Key, there's a perfect boat we can give you for long distance cruising, or whether you just plan on taking lunch, going to the beach, we got you. We're
Yeah.
going to put you on something that it caters to your day more than just being stuck with a single type of boat.
I love it.
Definitely.
Do you guys have a favorite spot that you like to go out to take people to?
if they're looking to just hang at the beach, I think we're all a fan of Big Hickory Island. Outside of New Pass, they got some beautiful sandbars out there. It's just easy. It's close.
We've got a listing there right now, so
that over
if
by
you guys want to,
There we go.
I would say restaurant wise,
How about Flippers?
Flippers it's
I keep hearing
good.
about
They don't
flippers.
have they don't
Never
have
been there?
docking.
I know, and this is what
Oh, it's
comes
incredible.
next. Is every time I say that, I've never been. We were gonna go the other night, but I don't remember.
That's one of the first places I ever discovered when I moved down here was Flippers.
Great view,
Same.
great food.
They actually had a boat
That's
club out of Flippers, I think, back then. Guy took all the money though and closed.
Might be why their docks are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
They don't
have
use
it-
their
they
The
have
docks
it-
famous
anymore
place,
there.
Flippers. Yeah.
It's a great spot. It's just the parking's really difficult. To the right of where they have those dock slips
Yeah,
in front of
yeah.
Lovers Key
Yep.
Resort, you'll see the rental boats parked there, which you understand that why the rental boats parked
Yes.
there, banging into the seawall.
Oh, yeah.
They have a little beach to that left-hand side you
Uh-huh.
can pull up at, but we like Flippers.
People like Cabbage Key, going up to Cabbage Key, getting the cheeseburger,
Yeah.
the dollar bills on the wall and stuff. And then food wise, I think one of the most consistent, best restaurants, no matter where our members go, that we always get feedback from, and even when we bring them on Captain Services, Snug Harbor up on Fort Myers Beach.
Yes. Okay.
And great dock staff there. They always get our boats in and out, no problem. So that's probably the most consistent.
Venetian Village.
Venetian Village is easy.
A lot
Yeah.
of people love Venetian.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
all the way down there?
Oh, yeah.
We'll go down to Marco.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
For
downtown
your-
Naples.
For your sunset cruise, what's the route? Where do you go for that?
So we typically, when we leave out of Bonita Bay, we'll go north into Estero Bay.
Okay.
We don't always go up as far as Big Carlos, which is that southern end of Fort Myers Beach. Typically, we'll go to New Pass, do a lap around the bay, but we work our way back to New Pass typically to watch sunset, which about 2 hours, 2.5 hours
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
for the whole trip, and that's typically where we watch the.
I think
the
that's
sunset.
great. I'm from Naples, so growing up and doing anything on a boat, we were always down there, Keewaydin, coming out to Tin City, whatever. I don't know, I didn't even put it together really until recently, since I've been living up this way. There's so much more variety. So like if somebody loves those cruises and they're used to the, getting the tours down in Naples, I think this is perfect variety to see, like, come for 15 miles north and it's a whole different
It's so
view.
different. It's so different.
Yeah.
We hear it all the time, and they're like,
Yeah.
You want to see the Port Royal mansions and that whole vibe.
Oh, I don't
You
want
do
to
that
see any of
once, and
that.
then
I
it's
want
like-
to see
yeah.
like Florida.
Yeah,
It is a
And
whole
that's
different,
not
you feel like you're in
Florida
a
to me.
different area.
Yeah,
I can
we've.
say
I
that
mean, I
from
can.
here.
I can honestly say when we have a new captain that comes on board, and even myself when I started with them, and every captain that's with us now has taken a trip with Connor. You sit back, and he brings you back to 500 BC in Estero Bay,
Perfect.
and brings you up to date of history, wildlife. I mean, anything you could imagine, and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So, like it's pretty cool.
I imagine you guys are going to get quite a bit of traffic with the new Ritz Estero Bay.
Yeah, it'll definitely help
Coming
drive some
in.
traffic towards us.
I mean,
there's
I'm
just
not saying
so
you
much
need
up
it, but
there.
there's
Yeah.
Estero
It's
Bay
It's an
is-
amazing
I thought you were
location.
going to say
It
with this
is.
podcast when it airs.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're gonna get all the traffic. Well,
I
that's
love
the
to
goal.
your point talking about Estero Bay when you're in the Gulf and if you go offshore and you're heading back, you always can find it because there's buildings, and then there's a big green patch in
Yeah.
the middle
Yeah.
that stands out. And if you head to that green patch, that's the undeveloped protected area that is the beauty of going north and being in a place like Estero Bay. It's
Yeah,
just, it's
Naples
perfect.
doesn't-
It's so
We don't have anything down,
undeveloped.
like that down and
Yeah, it's hard. Even like when we're teaching boat club members and they all want to go to Naples Bay right off the bat, and we're just like,
no.
we got to slow down a little bit. A lot of big boats down there. The waterways can't handle what's that way
No.
right now. So even though we have bigger style boats, I mean, you're real small down that way because of how big it's getting, and the waterways just can't handle that right now.
No.
So, and we're in the middle of the busiest time right now as well. So
Right.
everybody's got big boats out there and just a lot of boat traffic. So
Yeah.
we're huge advocates on safety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Safety first with everything, and then having a good time as well.
So do your boats have like GPS trackers on them so that they can navigate where the boat has gone before?
Yeah, so
So you must follow.
pretty much. So all the boats have touchscreen GPS Garmin's on them. They all have Bluetooth sound systems for the members. We ice the coolers down for them. From a training standpoint, we like them not to rely on the GPS. It's kind of their crutch if they need it, of which there's also what we call them the breadcrumbs. So they have the cookie trail on there that hey, everything's going this way, I'm not going to go that way, type of scenario. And then we internally have trackers on all the boats as well. So if somebody's looking like they're doing something a little funky, hey, you okay out there? And the members like that. Like
That's
they
great.
know that.
Oh
Not
my
that we're
gosh.
watching them, but that if there's an issue, like we can get to them pretty quick.
It's fabulous. I mean, there's
Yeah.
enough stressful, components, and the whole idea of being out in the water, or the goal, I would, for me at least, is to relax.
Yeah, that's
and
the
unplug.
goal of
And so
everything
if you don't
we
have
do.
to
That's
think
why
of
I'm taking
every
the captain
piece.
out with me so I can relax.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's kind of why we built that into the membership,
That's so
because we've
good.
had so many. We have quite a few members that don't drive the boats at all themselves.
Yeah,
They
I
just want to get
completely-
on the boat and relax.
Yeah.
Completely get
And
it.
then the wives' trips, the grandkids, all that, they love that. They don't, husband's not in town or something,
Yep.
just go out with the captain.
Yeah.
So it's definitely helped.
So about as far as, is there any issue with getting a reservation, or do you ever have to wait, as far as the ratio of members to
No,
boats?
so we always try to stay about a boat ahead of what our ratio is. We're about 10-1. When we pull our usage reports, we're really about 6 or 7-1, but we always want enough boats that people can choose from, even last minute. Like today, I think we have 9 boats out. We have 15 boats total right now. We
Okay,
have another,
15, that's my next
yeah, we have a
question.
16th on the way that's
That's a
being
lot of
built right
boats.
now. So it's a reservation system that's on an app. It's really user friendly. Choose date. Here's all the boats available. You choose the boat you want.
Mm-hmm.
Members can book reservations as far out as 90 days. Not that they ever have to.
Oh, wow, that's a lot, yeah.
They don't need to, but
Yeah.
we just put that feature in there. So if somebody's real specific saying, hey, I need this boat on this day, they can always get it.
Yeah.
Realistically, if you're looking a week and a half out, you're still going to get the boat you want. Aside from, major holiday weekends, Thanksgiving, Christmas, things like that, you're going to want to book a little bit ahead of time. But in many years as I can think of, we've never been fully booked. There's always been a boat available. That's the metric that kind of keeps us different from everybody else. The minute you can't get a boat, now we have problems.
Yeah.
So we always want boats, and boats that people are going to want as well. So that's why always when we choose to build the next style boat or purchase the next style boat, it's a group conversation of probably, the last one we bought was like a 3 to 4 week long conversation of, is this the right move? Who's going to like this? We'll break it down to like, okay, these members are going to want this. And because we want to make, everybody happy.
Yeah.
It's hard to make everybody happy all the time, but
We
do
do
our
our best.
best.
Yeah,
We really do. We do our
do,
best
yeah.
to
so,
try.
yeah.
It
How about as
sounds-
far as membership goes? Is it just one package, like here's your yearly membership, or do you offer something for the person that's only down for 3 or 4 months in the
So
winter?
all memberships are yearly, similar to if you were to buy a boat, you have to pay for your slip year round, whether it's here or not.
Yeah.
And we do offer 2 different levels of membership. We call it our captain's level and our admiral level. We are introducing over the course of the next year 2 more levels of membership: an Admiral Black, super high end, little bigger boat, a lot more service involved, and then possibly a fishing membership as well. Those are
that's
some
nice.
new things that we're going to kind of.
So what would that entail? Fishing membership?
So we find that there's a lot of boaters, fishermen particularly, that they're just not getting out enough and they're using their boat enough. And they have, 4 fishermen have 4 boats. They all end up going together on one guy's boat
Right.
and then this guy's boat. Cool. Well, let's create a fleet of boats that is going to cater to every style fishing trip that you're going to want to do in Estero Bay. And now they can choose from those 3, and it's going to probably drive a lot more people to get rid of their boat that they're using 3-4 times a year and go fish 15,
Right.
20 times a year without any hassle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like we could just talk about this all day.
I know.
I feel like I'm out on the water already.
Well,
know.
the and real estate too is probably pretty easy, but when you want to get somebody to say yes, put them on a boat and get them out on the water.
Oh,
my
yeah.
You know?
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can we make that membership?
Bring it on.
The
We will.
realtor.
I mean, we've always talked about it, and Connor brought it up the other day. Like, we feel like enough realtors don't take advantage of our
Oh my
services.
gosh, no! Because again, either we don't have a boat, we don't have the time to get it ready, to get it prepared
Yeah.
to go out.
Of which we have, no problem by offering that services to realtors and some sort of incentive with the club as well. When you have a client who says, yeah, I'm a boater up north,
I actually think I referred you guys someone at one time that bought in Bonita Bay.
Yeah.
We'll make
Now
sure to
that I'm
send you
sitting
an
here
invoice.
thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah, cool. We'll take care
The
of you.
few times we have done it, I can tell you I think it is a selling thing when you're on a boat and you pull up to a house that you're looking at and to see it from the water and you see yourself pulling up to that house by boat with friends and family
It's a
and
whole
you go,
different experience.
okay, this is what we want.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's always been positive when we have been able to do it in the past.
Close them.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's fun.
What was my referral fee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take care of you. Come on over.
I want to be on the water. The last time I was on a boat was too long ago. It's sad.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting into the best boating time of the year, so.
When everyone
know.
leaves.
And
Well,
it's
the
summer.
water's
and
clearing up.
oh,
It's finally warm enough for us. Like, it's funny.
Yeah.
We'll bring people out in January. He doesn't handle the cold very well. I mean,
Neither
he's got,
do I,
He's got a
Connor.
beanie. He's
Oh.
like this, and people
Oh.
are on the front with their bathing suits and stuff. And he's like, I ain't getting in the water.
It's 80 degrees out, and I got made fun of for wearing a wool sweater yesterday to go to Sanibel, and I'm like, no shame.
No.
Yeah.
We hit the
Well,
golf, sweaters coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you've been probably through some gnarly conditions, even when you think it's warm or you think whatever. It's
It
be
changes.
prepared.
It changes.
It does change. Yeah. How do you guys, or do you have anything on the boats for obviously weather changes for your guests?
I mean, when we know it's going to be, we always pre-warn people for the charters that, hey, it's going to be chilly tonight. Connor usually gets blankets ready. He puts the
Yeah.
He's
ice
wearing
glass
all
down.
of the the blankets.
We want to make everybody as comfortable as possible,
Yeah.
And again, nobody really wants to be out there in,
Sure.
inclement weather, but some people, no, we're going.
Yeah,
We're going.
yeah.
So
When we create transparency, we'll tell people, look, it's not going to be unsafe. It's going to be maybe uncomfortable as far as the temperature or how this
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
If it's going to be something where the weather's too much, then
can't
we
go.
cancel and we
can't go.
we shut
Yeah.
it down. But otherwise, it's something where we give transparency.
Yeah.
And or in the summertime when you have to just walk in the restaurant and say, hey, it's going to rain in 45 minutes. We need to
Yeah,
we need to wrap this
Well,
up a
wrap
little
it
bit.
up.
We're
So
going to
you
get
guys-
home before that
So,
starts.
I mean, what do you guys do? I mean, you obviously you work all the time on the water at the boat club. So what do you like to do in your leisure time? Are you guys going out on a boat?
this time of year, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in a couple weeks, we get out on the boat quite a bit. I got two young boys, and my wife. We love to get out.
So you will go out.
Yeah, definitely, for sure, a lot in the summertime and hit the beach and all that kind of stuff. But this time of year, we're all kind of hiding from the sun when we don't
That's
have to
so
be out
funny.
there.
Yeah, because it really is 80 degrees outside right now.
Yeah.
So
Is that what you're referring to because of the weather? Like
the
it just
weather and the
feels-
water.
The
like,
water's colder.
Yeah, it's not, and
That's why I've been
neither of us
practicing
are-
at Sauna House. I've been practicing my plunges for the
Oh,
ocean.
there you go. You got to get ready for it. It's funny because neither of us are from down here, and then after you go through like one cycle of a full season, you're like, okay, this is cold now.
It's in
And
your bones.
yeah.
You can't shake it. Imagine being from here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh.
I need a sweater at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so I don't know how we skimmed over that. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved down here about 7 years ago.
Okay.
I hide my accent so people like me a little bit.
I mean,
I would
I
have
would
never even
never
guessed that.
notice.
Yeah.
it comes out at times.
Long Island. Yeah, I want to. Wait, can you just put it on for a little bit?
It'll happen.
It'll happen,
Yeah,
okay.
don't worry about it.
And Connor, where are you from?
So I'm from South Carolina, and I moved here in
Okay.
2013.
I wasn't expecting Long Island from you.
No, I can't
was
hide
thinking
mine.
Georgia
Mine
boy
doesn't go
or-
away.
or Carolinas, yeah.
It's a little harder to hide. But.
So so 2013, you've been here a while. Were you like a lake life kind of kid?
Growing up, I would go to the lake with my grandfather, who he lived in Virginia in the Clarksville Lake, which is like a small little lake there.
Yeah.
That was my only exposure really to the water and being on boats. And then really moving here, I enjoyed, paddling, kayaking and that type of stuff. But no, really wasn't until Sweetwater that I learned the waterways and really dove in head first to this area, being on
Okay.
boats and everything.
Are you going to do canoe races? They're bringing it back in Naples.
I haven't gotten
Have you-
on the canoe train yet.
or I
but
should
yeah.
say,
I think they got paddle boards too.
so they've called it the canoe races in Naples for years. And then they did away with it during COVID. And it used to take place at the dock downtown in Naples. And a group of like YPN people brought it back. It's going out of Baker Park, but it's not just canoes. That was just the name, but
It's a
they have
huge,
kayaks.
It's a huge event.
I'd be open to that.
Yeah.
And
I
they
like
do
that.
like
Water
relays.
I
I
like
mean, there's
that,
more people
yeah.
that just go down there.
Yeah, and it's just a fun
celebrate and party.
event on the water.
Yeah.
But this year they're doing it at Baker Park.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, very
So
cool.
that should be, a lot
I'll
of
sign up for that.
observation. Yeah.
That would be
I like
fun.
I'll send you the info.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
like
not
that.
just canoes. I don't know
Okay.
anybody. I don't know.
There's some guys when they train for it, because I've been in the bay down in Naples Bay when they're training for it, that are like in those, and they're just digging along.
They're
and
just
very
training.
serious.
Yeah.
They're pretty serious.
Yeah.
Just to
We have a word
add
from
those
our
info.
producer.
There we go.
The info is
The Great Canoe.
June 14th, 2025. It'll be their 45th annual. but after a 4-year hiatus. So
Yeah.
And it's usually followed by a big day at Key Waden.
Huge day.
Yeah.
I
A
don't
big
even.
day of
It's
I
bananas. It's bananas.
I have been to the canoe races multiple times. I've never been to the canoe races. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, I
Like
think
that was
everybody
just
has. Yeah.
But I think the Baker Park idea is cool, and then you're nearby, whatever party on land.
Yeah.
We'll see.
There'll be much more people being able to watch it from there, because when it was at the
Yes.
docks over by
It was-
Cove, it was hard to get.
Yeah.
in
you couldn't
the
get
area.
close to it.
No.
Yeah.
There's like several observation points at
Yeah.
Baker, so that should be cool.
When
Wow.
is it?
I
June
think after
14th?
this, we
Yep.
all sign up for the canoe races.
Let's do it.
now.
Well,
I
you
think
guys
we
got
just
your
sign
team.
up.
We'll
Yeah.
do our team.
Let's
Let's
do
just
it.
go on a boat.
It's probably the more sensible thing
Yeah.
to do.
Let's
Yeah.
go on a boat, and I also think we're going to sponsor it. As I emailed you about that, and I have yet to hear back from either of you. We're going to sponsor it. Everybody loves
it's in
Naples.
the queue.
Yeah.
It's in the queue.
Get to it. So what else do you guys do down here?
I mean,
Kids?
Yeah,
You
I
have
got
kids?
two
You
boys,
have
so
two
they're
boys?
keeping me and my wife busy for sure.
How old are
Yeah.
the boys?
2 and 5.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so
Keeping you very busy.
we're in it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we're having,
a fun age, though.
It is.
Especially 5.
It is. We're having fun. We homeschool the 5-year-old, so that's keeping us busy. My wife busy.
Yeah.
As well as so that's a lot of fun. And honestly, like I hit on it earlier, but our crew, we're such a close knit family. Like even a lot of time when we're not together at work, we're together doing something else. So that takes up our time.
Do you have a favorite place you go to? Restaurant? Just take the kids somewhere?
My boy, honestly, right now they're on a huge Pensardo kick. If you ever been Pensardo in Bonita,
No, I haven't.
No.
I saw that. I
so
saw
it's
that on
it's
here.
it's off that old 41 where those newer industrial area
Yeah.
is.
It's actually right next to our last guest, My Florida Insurance. So
Oh,
okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
It's a
that,
it's a restaurant?
it's a lunch spot. Sebastiano and his family, they're from Sardinia, Italy.
Okay.
So
Oh,
New York Italian food. That's all I eat.
Yeah. Living in
and
Naples.
Yeah,
you live in Naples.
They literally I think a big part of their business was bringing in a cheese importer from Sardinian cheese. It's what they're known for. But they started doing lunch spots.
I might hit that right after.
It
I
is.
mean,
You'll
Ah.
thank me. You'll
It
thank
is
me. Yeah, it's incredible. And and my boys love they make like a Roman style pizza. It's just
Oh.
different than anywhere else.
Yeah.
And
Dang.
it's awesome.
only lunch.
Only lunch. They do a food truck, and I don't know where it is right now
Yeah.
that they're doing, but awesome spot.
Okay. Can't
Yeah.
wait to check it out. Connor,
Another hidden gem in
Yeah.
Bonita.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Do you have a favorite lunch spot?
I love it all. I feel like in Naples we have such good food, and
Yeah.
I love good food, and so I feel like we're constantly just trying to scoot around all the best of what we have in the area.
I know. There's not many.
There's always something
complaints.
new to try.
Yeah.
I know.
That's the
Always
thing.
something new to
It's-
try.
you could be
That's
here
why I
forever,
haven't tried
still.
many things.
It's,
I'm like, oh man, I'm such a creature of habit. I
we
go
always,
the same.
me and my wife always say, we're like, we gotta stop going to the same place because there's so many new places
That's
to try.
Us too. Yeah.
It's different for sure. And what's cool about our crew is like we all have such different styles. So one day, all right, Connor's your lunch spot today, and we know where we're going with him. They I like this way, or
Yeah.
so it's fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, the food at Bonita Bay is not bad.
Yeah, we're Backwater Jack's is the restaurant that's at the
Oh,
marina as
of course.
well.
Yeah.
They are open to the public, so come on in. They're open Wednesdays through Saturday right now through season for dinner, starting at 3:00. A vibe that you'll get at no other restaurant in Southwest Florida. I mean, you can come off the boat in
Yeah.
board shorts and flip flops and have a upscale meal from Chef Corey, and it's the bartenders, the atmosphere of the bar is just incredible. It's a cool spot.
It is a great spot.
Yeah, a
I've
lot of
been
people
there
don't know
plenty of
because it's
times.
behind the gates.
Right.
But please come in. Just tell the gate you're going to the restaurant.
Yeah, they're
and
pretty lenient at the gate there.
They are. Yeah. If you say you're going to the marina, or
Are you
depends on the
kidding?
time
That
of year.
line is always
Depends
sorry,
on the time
that-
of year.
It's easy
that
to
line
get
is
in.
always so long every time I get through that gate, and they have my name, but it's like 7 cars. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. It's a
It's
Bonita
a
Bay's
busy.
huge.
It's huge. Yeah.
People don't realize. I mean, it's amazing how many people will come up to us and, oh, did you guys just move in the community? Oh, we've been here for 2 years. There's a marina here.
Yeah.
We're like,
Right.
No one knows.
it's amazing.
I blame
I mean,
the
there's-
realtor for that. If they didn't-
That's
There you
exactly
go.
They did
right.
not know Bonita Bay has
And
a
I also
marina.
know everyone at the gate is either going to their boat or their realtors showing
Yeah,
a property
yeah.
and
Yeah.
showing a listing. All right, so somebody who's never boated before, okay, just a hypothetical, either from the Midwest or they just are in retirement. They're like, I've always wanted to be a boater, but don't own a boat. I've got, the time and the money. Is your spot, is Sweetwater Lifestyles a good place for them to go and learn? And become a boater?
100%. Connor can take you through the
Yeah.
step
I would
process.
say so, and I think one of the things that does set us apart, we kind of touched on it earlier, but our training process. We take people who want to learn this area, and yes, you can go buy a boat tomorrow, and we say it all the time, it means a lot for us for you to feel comfortable. Anybody can go buy a boat and just get behind the wheel and go drive it. But if you're
I
not
hope that they
comfortable
don't,
and
though.
you
They
they
do.
do. They do.
That's the problem.
And
Yeah, they do.
If you don't know what you're doing, it's the most miserable thing in the entire world because you're going to do something that's
very
either
dangerous.
unsafe or,
Illegal.
you're going to get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for our training process, we take such pride in taking people from here to here and then just really making them feel like they have the confidence to go to restaurants, pull up at the beach, anchor offshore and set up a beach day. It really doesn't matter. We're going to make you feel comfortable. By the time we give you the keys to that boat, you're a professional.
Yeah.
It's, we joked about it, but people look at me like I'm crazy all the time. But when I get on to do an orientation, I cut the GPS off. You got the breadcrumbs that shows it where it goes. And they're like, what's going on? And it's like, that's what I'm here for. By the time I'm done with the next few of these, you can use that again. But I'm going to teach you this place like the back of your hand.
Right.
And you are going to have the confidence to get behind the wheel of this boat and know that, yes, you have a GPS, but I don't need that. Connor's already got me dialed in from Marco Island to Southern Gasparilla.
So you need a good sense of direction.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you
That's
need a
awesome.
boater's license in Florida?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no, if you were born 1988 or after. Just as of probably a couple years ago that you need to get a safe boating card if you were born 1988 or after. Otherwise, to your point, you can go buy a boat and just get on the water and go.
I
No
need a
training,
card.
no nothing.
The other states, you do need a boater's license.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary. And even still, that is nothing more than just going online.
Online,
and
I
doing
know.
a deal. And there's
Correct.
no wheel time. And that's why a lot of
It's
people with us, when
crazy.
they join the club, they're like, all right, so how much are we? I'm like, we're putting you behind the wheel. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna list. And like, just like anything else, you get different personalities with different people. And usually in about 5 minutes of us leaving the marina, we know, okay, we got to be on it, or, this guy somewhat knows what he's doing. And a lot of people are also kind of, a little sometimes hesitant to take training from younger people and things
Sure.
like that. And
Yeah. I deal with it all day.
we'll let
Trust
them,
me.
we'll let them humble, we'll humble them pretty quick.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they don't realize, hey, 2 feet of water right here, this wood pole tells you there's no water right there.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that. And then we'll let them get close and bump. And we're like, okay, now you're listening. Great. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do it our way. And not that we try to give that, harsh mentality. But again, to Connor's point, it's about safety, having a good time.
Yeah.
And when they can realize that pretty quick, they enjoy
They're
it.
grateful, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Oh,
get
yeah.
anybody stuck out there in like a crazy storm that just came out of nowhere?
Storms, not usually, because we're, again, with the tracking, we can kind of call people ahead of time and be like, hey, we need you guys heading back now, to keep them safe. And a lot of times, too, if you've been out on the water, out there, it's fine. It's back this way, east that you can't see, and you have to come
Right.
back that way. No, I don't think.
Not really with members.
You
Maybe,
didn't lose
maybe
anyone yet
once.
this year?
No.
No, I one time with a member who's one of a really good customer of ours. We were coming back from Sanibel one day, and we had a storm come out of just nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And this gentleman and I, our bathrooms are, they're small, but decent size. The lightning got so bad, he and I both went in the bathroom and just sat next to each other for like 15 minutes. And to
man.
this day, we joke about it, where it was like,
Yeah.
we became really good friends that
Right.
day,
Yeah,
because it
close.
was like, we would both prefer not to be on the deck of this boat
Right.
right
And you
now.
stayed safe.
But it
and-
doesn't happen very
we
often.
we have the best relationships with our members too. We do, and again, we have about 140 members in the club now at this point, so a good
Oh, that's great.
wide variety of personalities and backgrounds, and we get to hear their stories. I mean, you spend a day on the boat with people, you get to know them really well.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason too that people love our club, is all of our captains just bring such a unique experience to their day on the water, their experience on the dock. The amount of members that we have that come down and hang in the office with us just to chat and be like, yeah, I'm hanging with the with the captains today. We're real
Yeah, it's
people,
just-
Yeah.
like they're not used to that necessarily sometimes. And we give them that experience, and it's fun for us too. We hear so many stories and how people made their money and where they came from
They
and
love
their
telling
family.
that.
They love
People-
telling that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel fortunate. I think we have a very unique relationship with all of our members in the best way, where it doesn't
Yeah.
matter whether we're on a boat together or you run into them somewhere and a beer shows up and you turn around and
Right.
they're just smiling at you. And it's
Aw,
you
I
know,
love
that's-
that.
Do you do events then for the members?
We
at
do.
all?
We just finished up. We do probably started 3 years ago. We do a yearly social event at the The first year we did it in the restaurant at Backwater Jack's, and it was the first one, so we didn't really know what to make out of it. We thought maybe 50 people show up. There was 90 people there. Slammed in, and we were like, okay, next year we got to go bigger. So this year we did it in the boat barn where we store the boats. We decorated it, red carpet, photo booth, and then Backwater Jack's
did. You don't get
did
that at these other places.
No.
So and they love it. I mean,
they probably, they get to meet each other and socialize, and
then you're going out with somebody,
that's
that you met at the club. It's like, that's awesome.
We do sunset cruises for them sometimes, and then we did two or three flotillas.
I know we're gonna
we do
advertise
events
this.
where we'll take our big charter boats and we put everybody on those charter boats, and then we'll do restaurant destinations for them. We'll take everybody up to Fort Myers Beach or the Lighthouse at Port Sanibel, or just different restaurants where we get everybody together. And it is funny.
Well, you know how to get a hold of us, right? For the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, we got you. Yeah.
We will make ourselves available.
Jay will come. We'll film it.
Yeah, come on.
We can set this up on our
Yeah,
charter
I
boat.
think,
We can float you guys out there. We'll
I think
start
I can
doing
call
this
out.
Do a
on the water.
podcast on the boat.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's got the hardest job figuring that out.
I can cancel the
got
rest
you.
of
We'll
my
get you
day.
some power
Got
out
an
there.
inverter.
It's a big battery pack on the
That's
on
fine.
on the tri-tube.
Yeah.
Put it on the tri-tube.
That's fine.
We have people that set up live music and stuff. They'll bring inverters, and
We're
we'll
fully,
make it
from the
work.
charter boat standpoint, we're fully customizable. The style of trips we run. Sunset is our main one. Typically it's 2 hours, but we can do longer. We do beach trips, like 4 to 5 hour beach trips. We do restaurant crawls, bar crawls.
That's so fun.
Burials at sea is a big one.
Bachelorette parties,
Really?
bachelor
Yeah.
parties.
Burials.
There's a lot of those.
And you do that.
We
Yeah.
actually do a lot of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
My parents actually want that.
Yeah.
Well, there you
I
go.
mean-
They told me
Believe it
so.
or
I'll be
not.
hitting you up hoping
Hopefully not
40
anytime
years?
soon.
40-ish years. I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
There you go. Yeah.
Probably. Not.
Yeah.
It's actually really unique. It's
Yeah, I mean, that's
one of
very
a
intimate.
very special way
Yeah.
Yeah.
to say goodbye to a loved one. It is.
Yeah.
I think we've seen it all. I mean, we've put wooden ships in the water that they pull a plug on and it slowly just kind of goes in.
Oh, wow.
We've also seen the
Yeah. Oh, you deal with
Wrap
it
it
all.
up, wrap it up,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You can tell how people feel about loved ones real quick
Oh
when
my
it's time
God,
to
that's
put them in
Either
the
that
water.
or like
you know?
that they're emotional and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we got to end this moment because it's like
Yeah.
been hanging on.
Yeah.
That is special though.
It is. It is. And again, you could run that style trip, turn around, come back to the marina, and hop out on a bachelorette
Yeah,
party
yeah,
or
yeah.
sunset cruise or
Oh
something.
my
You're still
God.
crying, but
Yeah,
you're,
it's-
Yeah.
you're,
beautiful.
yeah.
Day in the
Jump on the
life. I
next
feel like
boat.
you guys would have some great day in the
Yeah.
life.
Oh,
Videos.
we always say that our whole crew, we would have the most ridiculous reality show.
I
That'd
was
be
just
awesome.
thinking that. with
Yeah,
the
I
whole-
mean, and even just from our banter with us, there's always a debrief when you come back from a trip. We sit in the office. All right, Connor's quiet. Something happened. Or, dude, you're not gonna believe this.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. Let's pour a cup of
That's
coffee and listen to this one.
awesome.
Yeah.
One of my most memorable stories of just it only happens on a boat, right? But we did a burial at sea one time, and it's different. Sometimes the ride home is somber. Sometimes people, food comes out and you celebrate your loved one,
Yeah.
and it very much turns into a celebration of their
Sure.
life. And so we do call them celebration of life a
Yes.
lot because that's what it becomes. And we had just put a family's mother in, and it was very hard. And we turn around, we're on the way home, and he walks up and he says, "Hey, we're turning this around. Let's get this thing going. It's time to celebrate my mom's life."
Aw.
So we had a song, and we're on the way back, and we cranked it up, and so we're cruising, and there's a lot going on the boat, and I was kind of DJing, if you will, and I've got my phone sitting up there, and the guy comes to the helm, and I'm driving, and I'm trying to balance, everything, and he says, "Can we do like some Bee Gees or something like that?" And I'm driving, and I've got waves coming, and I said, "Yeah, how about and Staying Alive?" And the guy just looks at me, and we both looked at each other, and I went, "Oh, shit." And finally he just died laughing and turns around to everybody on the boat and goes, "This guy just wanted to play Staying Alive." And I'm like, "Did you really just recommend Staying Alive
that's
for this
great.
guy's mom's funeral?" Yeah.
Well, you're doing a
so-
million things, and he kind of set you up for that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, you felt so."
I
good."
hope-
But
I hope
everybody
you
laughed,
Everyone
played
knows
it.
that from the Bee
Yeah,
Gees. Yeah, that'd be the
Yeah,
first thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So
a
did
we
you
don't
play
let
funny
it?
moment.
We don't let him live that one down.
Yeah, it still comes up to this day.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I've got your little brochure here. Live the lifestyle. That's exactly what you guys have explained, and
We're creating it for everybody.
So I
think it's
got a question
awesome.
for you. Obviously, you guys are both very passionate about this, and you do a great job at it, obviously. What do you see with the boat club? What do you see next? Do you see it evolving into something more locations? Because right now it's just at Bonita Bay, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So we
You see
got
taking it kind of on a larger scale?
So we have an extremely unique setup at Bonita Bay. We're in a gated community. I don't think there's another community like that has a marina in the gates with
No.
that many boats. Bonita Bay holds the marina holds about just under 500 boats there.
That's insane.
Great
so,
fact.
Yeah,
That
we
is.
have a very unique setup there. The marina has majority ownership in our company as well. So there's the relationship between us and them is just incredible. We are looking to expand into a second location. We're trying to do something south in Naples Bay somewhere. As you can imagine, dock space down there is extremely hard to come by and
Yeah.
extremely expensive. So
Right.
we're trying to figure that out. And we're not opposed to doing something up north somewhere as well.
Yeah, where the members actually are.
It's
So you can
not
get on
it's
both
not out of the
locations.
question. It's not out of the question. Logistical nightmare, but not out of the question.
Yeah.
And we are definitely adding some more tiers to our club as well, and then always looking to expand our charter business. Connor's been kind of really helping get more involved in the local community because he's, in like I said, the unofficial mayor of Bonita. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
he's involved.
So he
We're all
knows
like, yeah,
everybody.
I've
He
met you
knows-
before. This
So
and that.
we want the local businesses, as Bonita's growing and Naples is growing and these younger business owners are coming in, hey, we're open to the public. Yeah, we're behind these gates, but we're open to the public, and let's use all that as well to
That's
help
great.
them come in. So
I think it's great. Well,
Okay.
hopefully we get some exposure from your company. No, I'm kidding. But hopefully we can have, some of our audience members reach out and
Yeah.
can you share where to find you guys for more information? And
So pretty much the best thing is sweetwaterlifestyles.com is our website, which will drive you to our Instagram page or Facebook. Not huge on social media. I believe our handle is at Sweetwater_lifestyles on Instagram. Swing by the marina. That's the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
way. Come on down. We'll show you the boats.
Touch it, feel it, see it.
Yeah, people go for a boat ride. People always want to try it out first, so we'll get you out there with Connor or somebody, and get you on the water. And we really like everybody to meet our staff. Captain Steve, Brandon, Allie, our mechanic Ivan, our new captain Jeff. Anybody I'm missing? Bob, our boat washer. I mean, our staff is far above anything else, and we want everybody to meet all them, and we all bring such a uniqueness to each and every one of our styles of trips and styles of teaching that we want people to kind of see that.
Well, great. Thank
count
you very
me
much.
in. I will be
Appreciate it.
there next week. I'm not going
Free
to.
sunset cruise if you mention this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We'll work
Totally
with you.
kidding. But
We'll work with you.
well, thank you both so much. This
Thank
has
you,
been
guys.
awesome.
Thank you guys.
Really
I
appreciate
look
it.
forward to seeing you on the water.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.